Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this explainer, we're tackling a massive question. Have you ever wondered why two people can earn exactly the same salary, live in the exact same city, and have all the same opportunities, yet 20 years later, one is completely financially free while the other is still living paycheck to paycheck?
Okay, let's dive right into this, because it's honestly one of the most fascinating financial mysteries out there. Picture it, two people, same job. Every single month, the exact same amount of money hits their bank accounts. They shop at the same grocery stores, they drive on the same roads, face the same economic climate. Yet somehow, their long-term outcomes couldn't be more different.
And this doesn't just happen overnight. It takes about 20 years for the reality to truly set in. This massive financial divide builds so quietly, it happens day by day, paycheck by paycheck, over literally decades. Which brings us to the ultimate question: what actually separates the person who finds financial freedom from the person who stays trapped?
Section 1. The income illusion. So most people instantly think the answer is just a higher income, right? Just make more money. But that is not what the research shows. In fact, many Australians earning well over six figures still seriously struggle with debt. But on the flip side, there are folks on totally average incomes who are quietly building substantial wealth year after year. A massive salary definitely doesn't guarantee financial freedom.
So what actually separates them? Well, it's not luck, it's not intelligence, and it is definitely not just working harder. The real difference starts with something you can't even see. It's their mindset.
Section 2. The mindset shift.
Here's the thing. The wealthy don't simply manage money differently. They fundamentally think differently. Every financial decision they make is guided by beliefs built over years of learning, discipline, and experience. On one side, you have the standard consumer mindset, which sees money strictly as something to spend. But a wealthy person sees money as a tool specifically designed to create even more money. And I'm telling you, this single shift in thinking changes absolutely everything.
Section 3. The $5,000 tax refund.
Let's ground this in a really relatable scenario. Imagine you just checked your bank account and boom, a $5,000 tax refund just landed. For a huge portion of people, that money disappears within weeks. It goes to holidays, shiny new gadgets, or things they honestly don't actually need. Their internal monologue immediately sounds something like this. What can I buy with this? It's a really fast, fleeting energy. Just that immediate thrill of the checkout cart. That is the ultimate short-term consumer mindset right there in action.
But a wealthy thinker does something different. They pause. They look at that $5,000 and ask a completely different question. How can this money buy me more money? Just take a second to absorb the weight of that. That one deliberate, calculated question is the absolute dividing line between everyday consumers and true investors.
Section 4. Looking rich versus being rich.
Now, let's disrupt a visual stereotype you might have. Here is something super surprising. Most millionaires do not look like millionaires. They really don't. They aren't chasing expensive cars just to impress strangers at traffic lights, and they certainly don't constantly upgrade their lifestyle every single time their income goes up. Instead of chasing those fleeting status symbols, they focus all their extra cash on buying assets. And by assets, we mean things that generate income or grow in value over time. They deeply understand that looking rich and actually being rich are two completely different things. You just can't build true wealth if you're constantly wearing it or driving it around.
Just think about how these two mindsets react to a simple pay rise. The average person celebrates a salary bump by instantly increasing their spending.
But a wealth-minded person? They celebrate by increasing their investments. They know that every dollar spent today is a dollar that can no longer compound for their future. That's why they think long-term, while everyone else is stuck focusing on short-term pleasure.
Section 5. Valuing time over money.
This brings us to the absolute ultimate resource that the richest Australians understand perfectly, but most people totally ignore. You can always earn more money, but you can never, ever earn more time. Time is vastly more valuable than cash. Once a day is gone, you literally cannot buy it back.
Because they value time so highly, wealth-minded people follow an actionable long-term strategy. Number 1, they invest early. Number 2, they stay radically consistent. And number 3, they let compound growth do all the heavy lifting over those 20 years we talked about earlier. They don't fall for risky schemes or chase quick wins. They just step back and let time do the work. Which leaves us with this final critical question to ask yourself before your next financial decision. Are you using your money to buy things, or are you using it to buy more money? The choice is entirely yours. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and I really hope it fundamentally changes the way you look at your next paycheck.